Hello everyone, the Chart Guys have been working on an introductory technical analysis course for quite some time now, and after surveying hundreds of traders with what would be the most sought after information regarding technical analysis, we came up with this course, When to Enter and Exit. It covers over 5 hours of the basics on when to enter and exit, and we feel after watching this course it will help build a foundation of technical analysis knowledge which will eliminate a lot of the uncertainty in the world of trading stocks. So the course outline, we go over the psychology of trading, establishing a game plan, the different indicators we use to signal a bullish and bearish entry, how to recognize support and resistance levels, poor entries, where traders make mistakes, exit targets, how do you know where to sell your trade, where to place stop losses, that's very important, minimizing losses is what keeps you in the game long term, my personal preparations, how I go about getting ready for each trading day, and then piecing it all together, utilizing all the information we just learned and how to apply that in the real world for making successful, profitable trades. As a bonus, we also include a lot of information on finding entries and exits utilizing patterns, and you can find these patterns on every time frame on pretty much any stock and commodity trading, and certainly being able to recognize those patterns can give you an edge as well. So we hope you will check this out. Again, it's an introductory level course. So if you are new to technical analysis and trying to get a firm grasp on things and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, then this course is for you. I hope you check it out. Appreciate you watching. Checking in on the biotech sector, certainly an action-packed week. We had the Trump dump on Wednesday, and the bulls very, very grateful for the recovery that they saw. So on XBI, the signal that let us know to be looking bullish, that this consolidation was done, was a break of the lower high pattern. And for me, it was the 100-day moving average resistance because we rejected 1, 2, 3, 4 times, closed above it, and then we saw a 3-day breakout. So after previous resistance, we now look for that level to act as support. There's Wednesday and the Trump dump. Look at that volume. Very scary for the sector. And the sector saying, here we go again. But look at the recovery. Gap down open on Thursday, right off that previous resistance, now support this moving average, and then follow through on Friday. We did see profit taking on Friday. So we have a clear resistance level, 65.87, 65.95, and then 65.79 with some profit taking. So I would say a close above 66. We know the bulls are back in full control, and we're looking back at previous resistance from the high on the election breakout. And if we lose the 100-day moving average support, we know the bears are strong because we have the 50-day there, and the middle Bollinger Band is catching up as well. So there's a lot of support converging around that 100-day moving average, currently 62.51, and very clear resistance up just under 66. The weekly time frame does show a rejection from the 100-week moving average and does show an indecision doji, but with how that week ended, pretty much indecision sums it up because we have rejected from resistance, bounced off support, and we're going to be looking to see if the bulls can continue next week. We know the S&P 500 is on the verge of all-time highs, and if we get that all-time high, we know it's certainly going to help these bulls with some further upside. They need to see a break of 68.14 to break this lower high pattern and be looking really good on this weekly time frame. We see clear higher lows all of 2016 off this 200-week moving average, and now we are looking to break the lower high pattern that has been in play since September. IBB, not nearly as strong a recovery as XBI, and the key level here was the 200-day moving average resistance. So rejected from this level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It became support. We know to look bullish. We had a breakout for 4 days. Same dump. Look at that volume. Very clearly stands out. 200-day moving average support held the dump day, and then it held on Thursday. Friday, we have the same upper wick of profit taking, and we didn't get nearly as close as XBI to resistance. IBB would have had to have gotten up to the 285 range to have seen similar bullish action. And we look at the weekly time frame, very clear lower highs, and we can draw a tightening pattern here of lower highs and higher lows. I would be drawing my support lines, hitting the real bodies of the candlesticks. So no candlesticks closing below. And in terms of resistance, we have a couple lower highs to be watching. And we actually did get a bull break if we were going to keep it that tight, but that's a bull break of that downtrend resistance line. So that is, glad I drew that out. So it's a bullish break, but we have to break the price action to be very convincing, and that level is 294.26. So the bulls still have a lot of work to do. They do have this higher low pattern, same as XBI, clear lower highs, and the range continues to tighten, and there's a lot of support down in the low 270s. So lining up the support on the weekly time frame in the low 270s, we've got a lot of daily moving averages down there as well. So we're going to be watching very close the correlation between the Biotech XBI and IBB, because IBB turned the trend around before XBI. Its clear break occurred on January 4th, and XBI, January 4th, we closed right at resistance, and then January 5th was when we had that clear level. So not a significant difference, but overall we can see to end the week, S&P 500 bulls were stronger. So looking at some individual names, VRX could not see any follow through from Thursday. So we had the dump, the Trump dump, and the bullish reversal candlestick Thursday with no follow through. So I would absolutely still be cautious here. 15.19 and 15.11 are supports, and we've got resistance at 15.79 and 15.86. Not liking this weekly candlestick at all. Shows a lot of profit taking, shows the potential of a bear flag pattern, and shows that we are still rejecting from the exponential 8-period resistance, which we have been unable to get over for the past 4 months. CLVS is a lead biotech bull. There is no doubt about that. We see multiple 8 to 10% days. We had consolidation off the middle Bollinger Band. We bounce higher highs, more bullish consolidation, more breakout. It is a bearish reversal inverted hammer at the top of an uptrend. And look at the move we've seen from $36 up to $58, almost a 60% move in a month. So bearish reversal candlestick, a red day on Monday or Tuesday will confirm that, and we'll be looking back down at the supports. 47.80, 47.90, 47.81 was where we built that higher low of support. So I would not be looking for a bullish entry at this point. Consolidation looks like it's coming, but the weekly chart absolutely favors the bulls. Look at the close above all moving averages and the upper Bollinger Band. We're in breakout mode, and why I started watching this name originally is because of the space back here. Let's zoom out so we can get it clearly. Where we are in, we're filling the gap. So there's a lack of previous price history at these levels, and the bulls are really easily moving back through after this big gap down in last November. So we are in full-on breakout mode on the weekly, and in order to find resistance, the next clear resistance, I'm looking at $65. So another $10 to the upside, but the daily chart tells me short-term consolidation is coming before that, and we can be scouting for a bullish entry because I really like the weekly setup of this chart. SRPT is another bull trying to turn the trend around. Bullish news, rejected from the 100-day moving average resistance. We built a base of support at $35 now. That's our higher low. And now we're heading back up, $39.36, the highest price we've seen. That's resistance, as is the 100-day moving average, which will be right around that level. Weekly time frame, big time bullish reversal confirmation. Really liking this base of support. That's why we started following it. If you check out the video last weekend, we were looking at CLVS and SRPT for the bulls because of their weekly chart setups. And SRPT here, that base of support still holding. Now we have the middle Bollinger Band weekly resistance. And trying to change this trend, you can see the bull volume, highest volume candlestick on the weekly we've seen in months. And looking for this to continue. If we consolidate a bit, we'll just look for a higher low and then higher high. I still like SRPT and CLVS a lot on the weekly time frame. VRX, we were looking for an oversold bounce. Not so much. We need to establish a new higher low of support. So looking for some VRX consolidation and watching XBI and those recent highs just under 66 very closely. I appreciate you watching. We will see you after next week. Have a great long weekend.